I want to talk to you today about low back pain and what you can do to prevent it and to treat it on your own. We all know we need core stability. And the problem is that there's 1,001 different core stability exercises out there. And which one do you pick? And do you need to do them all? Is the real question. People get overwhelmed with the number of core stability things they're doing. And in my opinion, and what works for most of my patients, is whittling that down to just one exercise, and that's planks. Planks are essentially just holding this position or going from on the elbows. I like up on the hands for most people, but if your wrists hurt, then you go from the elbows. Now the reason I think that's so important is that it gets it down to one exercise, and this keeps it simple, and you can stay focused on one task and get good at that one thing. This strengthens all the stabilizing muscles of the low back with just one exercise, and it works them very, very nicely in a very strenuous position. So the problem for planks is that a lot of people can't do them right away. Most people, especially if you're in pain, cannot jump right into a plank. The good news is planks are always modifiable, so almost everyone is ready to do planks in some form. And that means you can do them from the wall if you're too weak or in too much pain to do them from the ground. So you just put your arms out on the wall and hold them there. If you can hold it for 60 seconds, no pain, no strain, then you can start lowering what you're putting your arms on. So you can go down to something that's at chest height, and then you can go down to something that's at waist height. And you can work your way down until you may be down on something like this, holding this position, and then eventually getting yourself down onto the ground. Now, if you're too strong, if holding 60 seconds of a plank position on the ground is just too easy for you, fine, you can start elevating your feet. So you go the other direction. You put your feet up on something this height. If that's too easy, fine, start working your way up the wall, and eventually you're up doing a handstand. That's an extremely challenging position. And if you can do a handstand for 60 seconds, fine, you need a more advanced exercise for core stability. But everybody else, almost no matter what, you can do a plank and work your way into a stronger plank. Now what I like to have people do is not just head straight to the ground, but start off against the wall and work your way down. But at each step, first of all, you get 60 seconds of just a standard plank position with your arms out. If that's fine, then you go to one-legged. So you lift up one leg and you hold the position. You hold up the leg for 10 seconds up, then you switch to the other one, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. So 60 seconds total, switching your legs as you go. If you can do that, then you switch to one arm. 10 seconds one arm, 10 seconds the other arm. 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. That works the trunk in another pattern, which is really nice. And then you go to one arm, one leg. So your right arm is down and your right leg is down. So you lift up the left arm, lift up the right leg. Hold that for 10 seconds, switch. Hold that for 10 seconds, switch. That for 10 seconds, and keep going. If you can do 60 seconds, one arm, one leg, fine, now you're ready to work your way down. So you get a really nice cross pattern through there, and the lifting up of the leg works some of the low back muscles that don't really get worked all the way with traditional planks. So it's really nice. So the progression looks like this. You're in a plank position, you hold 60 seconds. If you can do that, then you work your way up 10 seconds here, 10 seconds here, 10 seconds here, 10 seconds here. Then you do one arm, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, and then you go to the more advanced one, lifting up one, 10 seconds, and the other, which is harder for me. So I have pretty good trunk stability, but not great, because I can't do the one arm, one leg perfectly for 60 seconds. So what I'm trying to say is that if you just focus on planks, you can get a ton done for your low back and probably never need to do more than that for trunk stability. There are certain patients who do need more than this and who need more detailed fine-tuning work. But that's a very small portion of even my pretty severe patients. Most people, even pretty severe patients, planks work great. And if you are not in pain, planks 60 seconds a day can be the key to keeping you from getting low back pain in the future. Plus, it makes you more athletic and stronger and less likely to have other problems in your body, because this is really the crucial area for keeping other things, knee problems, neck problems, shoulder problems, from coming on. So really crucial exercise. It takes 60 seconds a day to get a lot done. Now I want to tell you about my opinion on doing planks. So most people, well, we'll say pretty much everybody besides me, thinks you need to be in a neutral spine when you do planks. I disagree. What I don't want you to do is to have your butt up in the air. And most people have their butt up in the air. Even if they look pretty straight, they're sticking their butt up a little bit. You want to be in a straight position, or, and this is where I differ than most people, is you can let your back sag. And I don't think you should let it sag all the way down really far. But if you let your back sag a little bit, all that means is that your abdominal muscles are working harder in that position. It's a harder way to do planks. Now you can't have any pain. If you let your back cave in like this and you have pain, that's no good. But if you're pain-free with a little bit of a sag to your back, I think that's okay. It doesn't hurt anybody, and it makes them stronger, and it makes sure you're not cheating lifting your butt up in the air. Because that's the way people cheat. So I'm okay with the back sagging a little bit, and it makes it a lot easier. You don't have to sit there and wonder, am I in neutral? Am I in neutral? Am I in neutral? The idea of being in lumbar neutral is overplayed in the core stability stuff. It's important that your spine stays in neutral at certain key moments, but it shouldn't be something you're thinking about. It's not a brain activity, or it's not a thought activity. It's a reflex activity that should just happen automatically. And having strength in there is the key so it can actually do its job. If you're going to throw a fastball, you are going to be in lumbar extension as you throw it. That's going to happen. You're not supposed to be in lumbar neutral as you throw a fastball, as you chop wood, as you dig something up. All these things involve lots of motions for the spine. We're not holding it neutral the whole time. And that's a really bad concept for people to get in their minds, is they have to stay in neutral all the time. It's not true. Every step we take, the spine is moving as we walk. I'm exaggerating, but there's a motion to the spine with every step we take. It's not supposed to be held neutral, not held rigid. So I would prefer you not thinking about neutral. Your body will figure it out and know how to do that if you give it the strength it needs, and planks are the way to get that strength.